My guy Omega Rich. I like this guy. So again, who is this lady? He's talking. Who is this lady Mary? This is based on a comment from a different video. If she was real, why did she get exclusive privilege to commit adultery on Joe? You mean to tell me this Mary was so trusted, honored, and respected that the entire planet had to believe her story? Who is Mary? Why would any human living today believe such a lie? Mary got pregnant by God, who created an entire universe. Unbelievable. So, as my man Mega Rich is saying, the whole Mary story is a repetitive story. It is a story that you will find in cultures all over the world, where they're either supreme deity or one of the major deities comes down and impregnates a human, and then a offspring that's supposed to save the world is born. If you were to read the book of Enoch, according to the book of Enoch, Noah, or Pimpton, is not the son of a human. He is the son of Enki. This, and in the Autodhesis, it states that he was born. Lamech, when Lamech saw him being born, Lamech saw that he was pale, had red eyes, and looked like one of the gods, is what he says. In saying that Enki impregnated his wife, and Utnapishtim is partially Anunnaki, which then was one of the reasons why Enlil wasn't pissed off when he found out that Utnapishtim survived. Right? This will also give you the incursions of giants after the flood. For all of those Christians who can't explain but if you did that, you have to accept the book of Enoch. If you accept that, you have to accept the Sumerian story, which was written beforehand. But you have things like Dionysus. Dionysus was supposed to have been the child of a supreme god, one of the gods. You have Hercules, a child of one of the gods. You have Achilles, child of a god. You have all these different deities in that Levant area, Mediterranean area, where they were the offspring of a god. You have this in other cultures around the world. So, when you're writing this Jesus story, the book of Enoch was prevalent during that time frame. So, and there were books of Enoch, to be clear, it's like 5 books. So that gives them the idea. So how can Jesus be more greater than Noah if he wasn't born from divinity? He had to have been born from divinity. But this story of impregnating humans goes all the way back to when the sons of God saw the daughters of men and thought that they was beautiful, and they had sex with them, and da 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 da. And of course, those became the Nephilim, and they became the giants, and they were first men of great renown, and then they started eating everybody and killing everybody. Then they had to get rid of them. They became the Watchers in the book of Enoch. Do you not see the theme? I'm not talking to Omega. He understands. Do you not see the theme? It is a literary trope. So when Mary, the story of Jesus, had to come about, he had been born from a god. Even our modern history, we have things where they said that this emperor or this empire, this king was born of divinity. It is something that to elevate the person who is the centerpiece above everybody else. When what you really have here is that Mary was betrothed to Joe. Mary was getting her freak on the side. Mary got pregnant. Joe was going to put her away silently, that's to not embarrass her or himself. Because, damn, dude, your girl went and banged somebody else and got pregnant. She knew she was supposed to be married to you. You a sucker punk. How dare she? But, of course, the doctor tried to make it seem like, oh, Joseph was just such a nice guy. He didn't want anything bad to happen to her. Dude, if she goes and has a baby, and you put her away and she has this baby, she's done for anyway. That society at that time would have looked upon her as trash, as having no value, because the only value a woman had back then was her chastity and her ability to produce a son. Beyond that, women had no value whatsoever. So Joseph saying, I'll put her away silently, was not doing her a favor other than saving her life, because she would have been killed. She would have been killed. by those people of that day. So, the story is made up. The story is a lie. The story is a popular trope that is popular literary trope that was utilized to create this Jesus identity, because the people of Rome, the Greeks, the Greek idea, the Greek thinking, the Roman thinking would not have accepted a Messiah who was not born of divinity. And therefore the entire mission of creating Christianity would have failed. And in its failure, Vespasian, Domitian, Titus, Constantine, Theodosius could not rule the people by ruling their story, by controlling their story. In the same way that even though you may not be able to see it, the government is controlling your religion. The government is the one that gave you your religion. The American government may not put it right in front of your face, even though they kind of do. But this American government was born out of the rulership of an elite class who then gave and controlled the religion. Remember, King James in his Reformation controlled the religion. And in controlling that religion, he controlled the people. All of your Christianities came out of the Protestant Reformation and then King James Reformations, and that allowed for the Pilgrims and the Puritans and all of them to come over here to America. They controlled their colonies by religion, and then as the elites from there came over here, they continued that control, and it was embedded into your government, and that's why you're still being ruled by the government as far as your religion is concerned. That's why, even though they know that this is a wild lie, they still maintain it because it gives them that control over you. Mary, if she was a real person, is a girl who got a freak on before she was supposed to marry old dude Joe, got pregnant, and then they made up a story. So, y'all need to let that shit go. But go study for yourself, and you'll realize a lot of it is bullshit when you realize how many others were born, how many other Messiah types were born out of a similar story. But of course, only yours is true because it's in your Bible.